what would you do?
I would be incarnated as you as cats.
I don't know.
That saved my life. Thank you.
I don't know if that's an awe enter or just a lame.
Lame. I waited in line for that.
Anybody have a question?
One last question over here.
Not a hypothetical question. Not a hypothetical. What, you got one?
Cooking Fast and Fresh with Wes.
Yes.
If you could have one or like a couple other people from the show on the show with you and Wes.
That's hypothetical.
What would you do?
Hypothetical.
I would like all of Rich and Rob's children to be Cooking Fast and Fresh with Wes. We recently recorded a cereal podcast. I don't know if you guys this is really funny. So we recorded a cereal podcast, which I thought was very clever play on words. You know, cereal spelled with C, right? And so it was just us having breakfast in the morning, starting with me waking Mason up or whatever, and going through breakfast. And it starts as mornings do. It started kind of like sweet and like, oh, I came across this like sensitive, attentive dad. And by the end, it's like, just stop it, get your foot off your sister. You know, that was the heart of the podcast, right? But as we were recording it, I was like, oh, I should take a couple of pictures because I'll need a still to go with this for the put it up on YouTube. And then I was editing it, and I was like, oh right, I got some pictures, don't I? And I looked at the pictures that I had, and I had no recollection of this at all. But I did like three photos, and it was just an action sequence of Wes standing up, getting up onto a chair, foot in his sister's cereal bowl, like foot in the cereal. And I had no recollection of that at all. Like that was I was just like, breakfast, whatever. Didn't faze me at all. And I saw the pictures and I was like, oh my God, that happened. And I literally was taking pictures and still didn't notice because it was so mundane. Like, that's just how it goes.
Wow. Any given Sunday.
At Richard's house, he would have been making him do 50 push-ups.
You were a little bit, like you have things under control in your home, don't you?
No, my house is like Phil Spector's wall of sound. It's like it's just nothing but noise and chaos.
Okay.
Are you kidding? I have 3 children.
All right.
It's mayhem in my home.
But you do have to crack the whip.
I cracked the whip to no avail. I try.
It's fun to
put on a good show. I keep you in mind. It works for saying you.
That's true.
And
You don't make them put on dresses.
Yeah. Exactly.
And he had me dressed as Khaleesi last night.
It's absolute madness.
Karaoke theme was Game of Tones. So Matt was hot as Jon Snow. So smart. He was looking dapper as King Joffrey.
Yep.
And I was Khaleesi.
Obviously. Pretty obvious on the nose casting in there, I would say.
I know.
It's fun on.
I get guilty as charged. I went with the obvious.
Yeah.
For obviously the mother of dragons.
Yes, the wedding dress.
Did I answer your question?
Yes.
I did?
All right, there's one more. We're going to do the last question.
Okay, last question.
Bye, Misha. Love you.
Hi, I love you too. That's against the rules. Get it.
I didn't see it.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Good.
My name's Kat, and
Hi, Kat.
I just wanted to say that my friends Daryl and Lana, I really like your work along with myself, and I wanted to know because there was an airplane story that
Thank you. Somebody asking a legitimate question. Thank you.
I want to know your take on the story.
My take on the story?
Yeah, like
You gotta
What are you talking about?
The turbulent Australian plane story.
He told me again today.
In which a wall of urine 5 feet high was crashing down on you as the plane hits a bump.
This is a story, this is like the photo of Wes's foot in a cereal that I only remember because I've heard you tell it so many times, so it's like I'm looking at that story through the distorted lens of your twisted mind.
Well, it's dramatic.
I'm looking at it through Ralph's mind because I slept through the whole thing.
Yeah, he wasn't even there. He was unconscious.
All I know is that you filled a toilet bowl of your own urine.
Yeah, most
And
urine
before
you've
you
ever
could flush, it dropped, urine came up, plane went forward, urine on you.
What I love about that is it sounds like the kind of thing that could only happen if the pilot was trying to slosh urine on you. Like, all right, guys, watch this. He just went in. He's been in there for about 30 seconds. Okay, great. Drop the plane. Accelerate. You need that sudden thrust of the engine to actually get
Which
to
is
your...
exactly what was going on. You weren't there. Well, actually, you were there.
It was...
Well, all we know is you were soaked in urine from your head to your toe, so it got on you somehow. We assume it was your urine. We weren't in the bathroom, I know.
Like, the story, it might have been that he peed on himself a little bit. It might have been, we know he was in the bathroom. We do know he was in the
And then
bathroom.
I came out soaking wet.
Yes. So, you be the judge.
All right. Yes, it's all true. There you go. It's all true. I also once on a plane farted so disgustingly that it made someone pass out. We had to wait when the plane landed for medics to take him off the plane.
Twice.
That's also true.
Twice, right?
He's not kidding.
Misha, twice, right?
Yeah, he fainted twice. The first time I was at the window. I didn't want to get up. Very full flight. And I thought if I just let a little bit go at a time, you know. But I guess whatever, because of the pressure differential or whatever, it was one of those situations where I didn't have full control over the valve, and it came out more forcefully than I had intended. And the guy who was sitting behind me fainted, and the flight attendants came with an oxygen tank, and they revived him, and his wife said, "I think somebody has gas." And they said, "Man, that's not possible. All the fuel is stored in the wings of the plane. None of it is in the fuselage. I know fuselage sounds like fuel, but it's not. There's none stored here, so none of it could leak in here." And she let it go, and they went about their business, and then I fell asleep, and then I woke up because I was feeling some intestinal pressure, and again, perhaps foolishly, I thought I could get away with it. And he fainted again. And they administered oxygen again, and his girlfriend said, "Oh, somebody really has some gas." And again, they reiterated that there was no fuel stored in the fuselage. And then the woman sitting up on the other side of him, she was like brave enough to say what was on everybody's mind, which was, "Nuh-uh, somebody has to go to the bathroom." And then we had to, as if that wasn't embarrassing enough, we all had to wait on the plane for him to be taken off. And the whole time he was like, "This has never happened to me before. I'm perfectly healthy." But in his defense, it was pretty awful. Even me, I had to admit it was pretty bad.
Best story ever.
But we digress. Thank you guys. So, hey, by the way, ladies,
Excuse me, Misha, please, I have a question. Please.
well, oh, she's crying, your sister's crying? Ah, shit.
What'd you do?
Which one is your sister?
If the farts are going to make you smile,